Just a little bit of everything. I uploaded all my strange happening videos to YouTube, which I'm not a fan of YouTube really, but came in handy to upload them to Rumble. So I do have a site on Rumble now, which allows me to just import everything that I uploaded to YouTube over to Rumble automatically. So it was useful for that. So that's about all YouTube's good for, I think. Anyway, general topic, I do wear glasses. These are for distance. I don't need them close up. That's why I remove them from most of the videos, because I can actually see this way up close like this, or for reading or anything else. But for distance, say more than 10 feet away, yeah, I need glasses. And they are transition glasses. For some reason, my eyes are more sensitive to sunlight than most people. Oh yeah, freezer. Doesn't everybody in this house have a freezer or refrigerator sitting on their porch? Isn't that normal? Yo, endoscopy place, tip, put on your paperwork that after your colonoscopy, not to eat spicy foods right after. Ow. Something else I did is I went ahead and did all my dad's funeral arrangements. No, he's not dying. My mom isn't either. But it's like, might as well get it done. So I went and did all his funeral arrangements because he refuses to. My mom didn't want to either. But it's like, why wait till the last minute and let everybody panic once it happens and everybody's freaking out? There's enough pressure and depression and upsettedness, new word. Do it now. Get it done with and over. Don't something less to have to worry about. So, picked out his coffin. Got mom's too. And it's all paid for and done. One less thing to worry about. Oh, in the trailer behind me, the little thing, yeah, that is a trailer. It's actually a bed of a truck with a camper kind of thing on top. Sides fold up like for a little vending part thing. Yeah, hey, one day, I'm keeping it. One day, might could turn into a chicken coop. Might work out pretty well, I think. This is a greenhouse. You can see all the aloe vera I talked about earlier getting done. Hanging baskets, aloe vera, up all the way up 3 shelves. All the way across 3 shelf units. Top, middle, and bottom all the way filled. Hanging baskets, I got it all over the floor. Still bought in some plants, rubber plants, stuff like that. This is the greenhouse. And hiding under the towels, just to stay out of the sunlight, more aloe vera. Oh, I did get a little garden made. It's a false holly right there in a pot. A second one over there. This little garden here, I just made it up for garlics. The cats think it's their litter box. But yeah, the garlic is starting to come up. You can see some little sprigs sticking up right there. Just full of garlic. I like garlic. Oh yeah, you can see the persimmon tree too. It's doing pretty well here this early morning. Yep, that's our house in the distance. The shop on the left side. The final tree to be cut that was planted too close to the shop years ago. I see Neela, our cat, stalking there on the ground. This tree is about 100 foot tall. They call, waiting for them to come cut it. We use the same local cutters. Really nice guys. All right, a little bit of country boy. Got my coveralls on, comfy. Still at the main house. Cactus behind me. Had to trim them up earlier, was last week. Still have to do this like twice a year. These things grow so fast. You wouldn't think cactus grows fast, but it does. It grows fast. Got rose hips on them. Rose hips, what am I saying? Cactus hips, whatever they are. But you can eat them. These purple round things on them. You can eat those things. Might turn them into jelly one day. I heard that's a good thing to do too. Might give it a shot. All right, I'm almost to my aunt's house, past this lodge. This lodge is the one of my uncles was a member of. He was a 33rd degree Mason in it. York Rite, I believe. And so just past it, thought I'd get a picture. Just pulled up to my aunt's trailer. Looks like both my aunts are here. I got food for them. So all kind of snacks and goodies. And in the cold bags is like quesadillas and breakfast rolls with sausage and eggs and junk food. So about to drop it off now. Here at my uncle's shed, besides bringing my aunt some food and stuff, my uncle had asked for some drinks. So got him a couple cases of water, got him some Body Armor drinks, some Coke Zeros. And then for my aunt, I got her some food trays. It's Howdy Neighbor Day in 2 weeks. They have a big get together here because this shed is near the park, and that's where Howdy Neighbor Day is. Howdy Neighbor Day is basically when the whole town kind of gets together. They have cookouts and food and music, and it's a small town, so everybody comes out and just has a good time on that day, and it's once a year. It's in a couple of weeks. Perfect timing. Here at the pink house, and the bees are loving the goldenrod. And there's lots of goldenrod for the bees. As you can see, there's lots of goldenrod out here. Bees are loving it. Everything looks like it's been mowed, probably bush hogged really. And I'm thinking bush hogged because this poor little Persian mulberry looks like it's seen the end of a bush hog. There went that Persian mulberry. And that one with the little hill grass, and the other one, hill grass. So 3 Persian mulberries gone pretty much. Okay, well, it was hot anyway, and no rain, so probably gonna die anyway. But everything's been mowed nicely. It's so nice. Yep, this is my brother Steve, his paramotor setup. There's his, what do you call it, a wing?
Yeah, a paraglider wing.
Paraglider wing. Motor, everything, getting set up. Apparently they're gonna fly out tonight and go to a nearby town to eat. Sit down in the back of it, I guess, and if it's not too late when they finish, fly back. This is their setup here in the back, his little campsite. His friend over there, Heath, is setting up his.
Get some fuel in there.
All right, while warming up, found out a few hours ago, Dad's back in the hospital. He had a urologist appointment at 2 o'clock today. He was at that appointment in the waiting room, stood up and passed out again. Ambulance to the hospital, 3rd time in 2 weeks. So he's overnight again. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Haven't figured it out yet.
Then,
Yeah, no, we were probably 3 or 4, 5 miles, probably 3 or 4 miles out.
well, I just thought
It was slow going there, fast coming back.
Yeah, I could tell y'all were.
Strange happening, just normal stuff, everyday stuff. You know, it's been a little while since I put a video out, but hey, you know, it's just everyday stuff. Oh, like my dream just last night. Captain Kangaroo from a long time ago, owning a zoo. A few people died and he's burying the bodies. Have that one several times before. One person found out until you pay him off, but weird. Another, I think it was earlier this week or last week, just laying in the bed. I slept in the pantry because it was real late at night. I couldn't sleep, didn't want to wake the wife up. So slept in the pantry and I was half awake, half asleep. And it's like this lizard person, draconian or something, right behind me, overwhelming my mind, shutting my mind down completely. I was still aware of it, everything that was happening. And then gone. No impressions, no anything else, just shut it down flat. Flatlining my brain. Yeah, woke up instantly right then. Woke up, because that was probably a dream. Just woke up, and it's like, Is that it? Were you supposed to be scaring me? Really? Were you supposed to be scaring me? Because that wouldn't scare my kitty cat. Another night, half awake, half asleep, stayed again, just half awake, half asleep, probably dreaming a little bit, but started hearing all these animals howling, then seeing these pictures in my mind of all the animals looking straight up and howling or meowing or chirping or whatever it is, but panicked, just panicked, staring straight up at the sky, not moving because there was nowhere to go, and just howling. And so I woke up and I'm still hearing it with my ears, the howling. So I get up, look throughout the house, go outside the house, walk around, look in, and I'm still hearing it. And in my mind, I am still seeing these pictures in my mind of this happening as I'm walking around. Eventually it just fades away. I'm just like, okay, let's try to get back to sleep now. And this past Sunday, I decided to jump into my mentor's group meeting. I've stepped away from my mentor now. I've read this book, Freaked Out, and trying to learn more. And I still love my mentor and everything. Nothing bad happened there at all. Love him. But I decided to jump in the group. And at this particular one that I jumped in on that Sunday group meeting, he talked about these guardian races, particularly, what got my attention, and stuff about the guardians and how humans were designed to be guardians of the gate kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about it specifically. And that's what came on that song on the radio, that last song that I actually showed on video. I'll put a reference here. Showed it on the video called Guardians of the Gate, and that's specifically what he was talking about at the very end. Anyway, don't get the mistaken idea that I'm some little lamb, because I'm not. When I was born, my mother gave me the totem animal, 1963, of a black panther. Curious. I am so curious. It's insane. I'm so curious. And I will ask outright some inappropriate questions because I'm just curious. Why did you give me a black panther? Because as a child, living in the pink house out in the middle of nowhere in the woods in Louisiana, yeah, there was a panther that used to come through that area once a year. All the people in the area knew it. When somebody would start hearing that howling of a panther in the woods, they would tell everybody. Their cows would start freaking out and stuff. Everybody would get the warning, make sure every animal of theirs was locked up as best they could, would not let the children go outside or anything until that panther passed through. And that happened once a year. So I think that's where she probably pulled it from at the time. Plus I was born with dark hair. And finally, to finish off the strange happenings in this video, yeah, in Karen Swain's interview that she did with me, she asked me, is my awareness being focused down or keep increasing? It is increasing. It is continuing to increase. It really is continuing to increase. It's not just flat surfaces, it's everywhere all the time. It's like I'm in a cube of my own reality, but my heart and my mind is seeing so far beyond that. And that's the reality beyond this illusion of the physical. For me, this physical is such an illusion. That's why I mentioned about the coffins and getting everything earlier for my funeral arrangements for my parent and everything. For me, it's just shopping. That's just shopping, because this world is transitory. It is so limited, such a limited moment in time. And what's beyond this is so much bigger. This whole consciousness things, almost being able to, I don't want to say manipulate, but influence things on a planet-wide scale. I mentioned this in one previous video. I'll put a link below. But I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned it to Karen Swain, and she mentioned that some people who do hypnotherapy, some young kids, have mentioned the same thing, being able to see and do things on universal and planetary scales and see things this way. Should I tell you what I'm working on now? Ooh, got myself in trouble. Ooh. Yeah, oh yeah, I am working on something now, even now, with this dark movement on the planetary scales and stuff like that. Trying to influence and see things in my mind. I'll put a couple of taglines right here. Go back and watch those videos. That'll give you an idea of what I'm trying to shift and work on right now. So that's it. See you later.